Sweet and spicy snail and pork stew. That is what we are making today. Hi guys, and welcome to Taste and Bloom. My name is Yasmi. Let's get cooking. So I have here my snails, which I've cleaned beautifully. I'm going to be adding some blended onions, garlic and ginger, and then this blue water. I beg you, when you buy snails from the market, collect it because it adds a lot of flavor into the dish, and it has a lot of health advantages too. So I went ahead to add in a bit of water and salt and covered and allowed to boil for about 10 minutes. Within that period, I also went in to stir maybe about twice just to make sure it was not burning. So once the water simmers down nicely, I'll take my snails off the fire and drain the liquid off. And then in my frying pan, I'll be adding some oil, and then I'll go ahead and fry my snails. So you can skip this step, but I want my snails to be a little bit crunchy. That is why I'm going ahead to fry. And at this moment, I'll be adding in my chopped or diced onions. So at this point, I took something from the fridge, and then I realized that I had some peppered pork in there. So I brought it out, and then it also went into my frying pan. If this is your first time here, you're so welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. And thank you also to my amazing returning subscribers. So at this point, I'll go ahead and add in my chopped kpakposhito or Petite bell peppers, which I find to be more flavorful, okay? But you can use Scotch bonnet if you'd want. So I'll just allow all these flavors to marry beautifully whilst I keep stirring from time to time. At this point, I'm adding in my chopped fresh tomatoes. So I did not remove the seeds, but feel free to take yours out if you like it that way. Here I'm adding the stock from cooking my snails. Then I'll give it a good stir and then cover and allow to simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes so as to soften the tomatoes and all the flavors will blend in beautifully. I took my lid off to stir in maybe twice so that we don't burn anything in the kitchen. So at this point, I'll be adding in some eggs to bring all the ingredients together. So I covered and allowed to simmer for about 5 minutes, and then I went in to give it a stir. This was on low heat and it just allows the eggs to be a little chunkier. So at this point, I tasted for salt, and because I had already added salt to when I was cooking the snails, I decided to add in some shrimp seasoning and then give it another stir. So in the beginning, if you remember, I said this was going to be sweet and spicy. So to add the sweetness, I added some tomato ketchup. Yes, just a tablespoon, and then I gave it another stir. Believe me, this makes a difference. And then I went ahead to add in my chopped up bell peppers, the green and red ones. And then I turned off the heat and allowed it to sit for about 2 more minutes, and my fancy kinky was on standby. I really enjoyed my lunch that day. This recipe is a must try. If you enjoyed today's video, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you intend to give this a try. Don't forget to also share the recipe, and let's all keep blooming.